Welcome to the weekly news roundup on TTV. I'm your presenter, Najah Taha. Leonardo Santos Simão, the special representative of the Secretary General and head of the United Nations Office for West Africa, said that he is confident that the presidential elections in Mauritania at the end of this month will be credible. Simão confirmed earlier this week that despite the need to address certain issues before the elections, he is satisfied and reassured that Mauritania is ready to conduct credible and peaceful elections. British Petroleum announced on Tuesday that all facilities of the Ahmeyim field project, including the wave breaker barrier, FLNG platforms, and FPSO, are now ready as the first phase of the project's development nears completion. The company stated in a release on its website that the first phase of the project is expected to produce up to 2.3 million tons of liquefied natural gases annually, helping to meet global demand and enhance the economies of Mauritania and Senegal. Mauritanian President Mohamed El-Sheikh Al-Ghazouani called on Korean government and private investors to explore the potentials of the African continent and support the continent's effort to localize industry and technology across its various sectors. Al-Ghazouani made the remarks in a speech delivered during his leadership of the Korean-African Summit on Tuesday morning, stating that the pledged Korean investments during the previous economic summit, totaling $6 billion, should primarily be directed towards developing strategic sectors such as sustainable infrastructure, technology, agriculture, health, and digital customs exchange. Mauritanian Minister of Fisheries Mokhtar Ould Hussein and Senegalese Minister of Fisheries Fatou Diouf signed the protocol to implement the fisheries agreement between Mauritania and Senegal on Wednesday afternoon. This renewal of the protocol comes after the signing of a previous protocol in July of last year, which allowed Senegal to fish 50,000 tons annually in Mauritanian waters through a specific number not exceeding 250 per cent nets and 500 boats targeting specific samples of surface fish. Dozens of Mauritanian citizens demonstrated on Thursday morning in front of the Ministry of Housing in the capital of Nouakchott, demanding the government to fulfill its promise to them by providing land plots. The protesters emphasized that the Ministry of Housing is ignoring their demands as they have become homeless in difficult conditions they have been living in for months. Mauritania experienced a partial interruption of internet service on Thursday night, lasting for several hours due to a technical fault in the undersea cable ACE that provides the country with the service. The regulatory authority announced that the internet service disruption was caused by a technical fault which was resolved after about 12 hours of interruption. The United Nations Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs stated that 32.8 million people across various parts of the African Sahel region are affected by a complex set of crises exacerbated by instability, deteriorating security conditions, and the impacts of climate change, making them in need of humanitarian aid and protection services. The UN office, known as OCHA, warned that the lives of these millions are at risk if necessary resources are not made available for relief workers to respond to these crises and support the most vulnerable in the region. Humanitarian efforts require around $4.7 million during the current year to meet the urgent needs of 20.9 million people in Burkina Faso, northern regions of Cameroon, Chad, Mali, Niger, and the Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states in Nigeria. Stay updated for more details on our social media platforms or visit our website www.taqaddumi.mr.